Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Twist, Nitro, and company have taken the sails out of the Renegades there. Their comeback was sure, but it was not guaranteed. We are here at the Xfinity Analyst Desk, and we're trying to break this down really quickly so we can jump into our next matchup. Of course, we're going into Cbble. But first, we need to kind of take a look at Mirage. Now, guys, talk to me about some of the stuff you saw right off the top.
I mean, sort of as we expected. Liquid being the upper dog in that one, being the guys in general over the course of the match, you know, being in control, I'd say. Even though it was close at some point, it seemed like they still had it in leash at least. And as we talked about, you know, Twist has been playing hearts out now. Also Nitro all of a sudden chiming in, and then that becomes like a problem for Renegades when it's not even like your star player who's the best guy on the other team, you know. Then it's tough to do anything about it.
Yeah, especially when you consider the fact that they did manage to scrape together a pretty decent first half in the set of Renegades, making it to 8-7. But as you said, that's kind of when Nitro came alive. For the better part of the first half, it was kind of Twist that was holding things together, and you could kind of see a tempo switch from Liquid in that sense. More players got on board. Liege had a very weak first half. He got on to, you know, got into the thick of things and actually started contributing in a bigger fashion. So obviously that's going to be tough to Renegades to deal with, especially when I guess your usual suspects from the previous games we've seen so far in Pro League aren't necessarily having as great of games. Jacob, for instance, we've been talking about how good of a job he's been doing filling in for Nafly, kind of filling that void. He wasn't able to kind of deliver the goods this game.
That is right. Jacob did miss some shots, but ultimately the Renegades took some target practice of their own. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at a shooting range there with the Renegades.
I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than it is in-game. Yeah, I've never shot any guns before, so this is my first time, so I'm actually really excited.
I think there's going to be a lot of laughs. Just people not being good at the guns. I think it's going to be hilarious.
Pull the trigger and hope for the best, pretty much.
Oh, you got him in the mouth. You're supposed to have the chest though, right?
Oh, really? I'll aim for the head.
You can imagine.
In the first round, we shot the Glocks. Yeah, I had a pretty poor performance. I was shooting at the head when you're supposed to be shooting at the chest, so yeah, pretty bad.
Oh, come on, look at all of them here.
Good shooting. Nice goal.
Justin said that he was going to be like a surprise factor, I guess, so.
In game, he's probably one of the worst pistolers, but out of the game, he looks really good, I guess, yeah.
So in the second round, we shot the Scorpion Evo, and I think I've also done pretty good there. I think I hit 9 out of 10 targets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I missed one.
I think on the Scorpion, I might have hit like 8 or 9 in the target, but only a few in the chest, like 3 or 4. For me with the AK, I noticed that I wasn't really paying too much attention to like actually lining up like the front sight with the back sight, like and actually centering it and aiming. I noticed it, and then I was like, oh, okay, you know, like let's take a second and like actually like aim, and then I feel like that might have been the one that I actually hit like directly in the chest. Look at that one. That's the one that matters right there.
I thought I was doing good at the time, and then when we brought the targets closer, I didn't hit a single shot. Oh my God, I didn't hit a single, I actually didn't hit a single bullet. Jesus Christ, what the? I don't know what went wrong. I thought I was doing pretty good, but I thought I was doing good as well. I was like, yeah.
You know what it is? It's that front sight. It's not, you're not lining it up with the back sight, I swear.
Oh my God.
I don't know. We're all pretty bad, to be honest. Got a ball on the right side.
I'm glad that I won to solidify my place as the best rifler in the team and pistoler. I guess, overall. So yeah, pretty happy.
Oh, you got him in the face.
It would appear as though Justillo can hit all of the shots outside of the game, except for in the game and out of the game with the AK-47 or 74, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, an interesting one there. I can applaud that. I think that's a life skill. It's kind of like cooking, cleaning, shooting. It's important to know how to shoot. And that's for when the zombie apocalypse happens. So, moving forward, guys, we're going to be jumping into, looks like a little bit of cobblestone here. That's going to be our next matchup. And really and truly, with the Renegades that we just saw, I think they have a little fight left in them. But I think the big decision maker here is going to be, are they going to let that one hang over their heads? Because it was a potential comeback.
I don't think it's going to stick with them that much, in all honesty, simply because it is a notoriously good Liquid map. And again, Renegades have had ups and downs on Mirage as well. Cobblestone, I think, is going to be more of a safer pick. It's something that they would go for themselves and choose more often than not, compared to Mirage. That said, Liquid are no slouches on this map either, or they haven't been in the past. But we haven't seen them play it too much as of late with the newer lineup. So still some, I guess, uncertainties surrounding that as well. But I think from the side of Renegades, even though they were mounting a bit of a comeback, I think they're going to feel pretty confident going into this one regardless, because we have to consider the fact that they have a lot to go on, considering that a lot of the individuals on their side didn't necessarily show up. JKS didn't have a great game necessarily. Same thing with JKM, Justillo, and, well, even Nifty. It was kind of Aza who did most of the hard work in that sense in terms of just straight fragging. And they have a lot more strings to play off on a regular basis.
Yeah, I agree. I think Renegades are pretty happy with the fact they managed to put up a fight against Liquid or Mirage. You know, managing to pull around a comeback feels good when you go into the second map instead of just going out and losing 16-7, 16-8, where you never feel you had a foot in the match. So now you actually go into Cobblestone and you feel like we're playing up with Liquid on what's supposed to be their best map. Now it's our turn, so let's show them that we're just as good as they were on their best map. So that's a great feeling for them coming into this match. And as you said, like, it was okay from all of them. None of them were falling through. None of them were playing a great game. So everyone is still in the mix, you know, and that's easier for them to make that mini comeback in that sense, whereas the individual players have to step up just a little bit instead of coming from a map where they may have had like a 5-12 score or a 5-20 score. You know, they're all in the game and all feeling it just a little bit. So it's easy to make that adjustment into Cobblestone. As you said, Liquid have been known for being a decent team on Cobblestone. We haven't seen them play too much as of lately, especially not with Nafly and this new style where they don't really have an AWP on. This was one of the maps where back in the days JDM was actually very impactful with the AVP on the CT side, especially on the B-bomb side, playing around Chicken Cube and playing on the side. That's where he was pretty much born in his life, I feel. So they don't have that anymore. So I'm gonna be interesting to see how Elish and the guys are gonna hold up on the B-bomb side when shit goes down. I like that, because when it hits the fan, you better hold on. It's gonna be a long ride, but could be Cobblestone at least. I think it's gonna be could potentially be down to the sides either team are starting on. Do we see any clear benefit there for either side?
I mean, I think, but I guess teams have different preferences when it comes to this. I personally like to start on the T side. Again, it's about controlling the tempo and whatnot. And also, I still feel like it is a T-sided map in that sense, because it's just so hard to really have any reliable CT aggression to actually like mess up any sort of executes and so on from the T side and actually get into their setups and whatnot and deny map control. So yeah, no, Renegades start on the T side. I think that could be beneficial for them. Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like, especially on Cobble, you get to set the pace, and it would be a favor to start on the T side, especially for these two teams who are known for liking to play both fast and slow in certain situations. So T side would be optimal. Well, pacing is what it's going to be about. That could be the storyline that we're looking at as we go into this second map here. Cobblestone between the Renegades and Liquid. And, of course, Jason and Harold will be bringing that action. We go ahead and bring them right into the shot, or maybe even just jump right in the game. Let's see what happens.
Keeping you on your toes here at ESL Pro League. You never know what camera angle you're going to get next as we go in-game. Beautiful shot of that statue's butt. Harry, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm born ready, Jason. I was only born 4 years ago.
Okay.
So I came out and I was ready. My first word was Justillo.
Of all the names you could have picked in the server, you went with Justillo.
I've just eaten a metric ton of grapes, Jason.
Okay.
And that has put me in a very sprightly mood to take a look at some fantastic Counter-Strike. That's what we've undoubtedly got here. Cbble is a map that I love. It's a map that you love. Well, it's not true, but...
No, it's not at all. This is my least favorite map of all of them in the pool.
It's all good. It's my second favorite. So,
okay.
You know, we've got some opposing forces, just like we've got going on in this server right now. As Renegades are over on the T side, the analysts said that this is their more favored side. I think, you know, I can get behind it. Renegades want to try and set the pace, and the pace they're setting here is one that is fast and unpredictable as they made their way in towards B. Smokes have rained through, and Elige trying to do damage. Naf going to go peeking on that. Elige goes down. Naf falls shortly after, leaving this on Twist and Nitro.
Yeah, that's the exact hit that Liquid wanted to deal with. They had essentially 4 players at this B bomb site. 2 kind of got shuffled in and corralled towards the double doors. This is a big fight. If Nitro can't win this, the round's over. If he does win it, there's a slim chance. But yeah, now Twist trying to come in with the CZ. JKS, 3 kills in the round for him. And Liquid just couldn't handle that split coming out of drop zone. Didn't get the kills quick enough. Big round here. The Glock doing work. Great transition over to that player in Chicken Coop as well from JKS. We saw it from the other POV when it was live. That was a beautiful shot from him. Beautiful prediction of what was coming next. This happened on Mirage, though, a pistol round win for Renegades. It was a second round response and win for Team Liquid. So Renegades obviously going to want to start this out much, much stronger. Everyone but Nitro investing on the Team Liquid side. Scout on Elige. That's going to be towards Chicken Coop again. Same position he was in the last round. CZ's on Steel, Twist, and Naf.
Yeah, I think Renegades could take this map. You know, I said I thought the series was going to go 1-1. I think if they're going to win it out, they could do it here. I mean, they would have to for my prediction to come true, right? But
the question isn't can they, Harold. It's will they.
I like
will
that.
they win this map?
Yeah, will they? Let's find out. That's
I see. Not committing to anything. Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm saying they will.
Okay.
I'm saying that they're gonna do it.
There we go. We've
Jason,
got it
how
on,
about you? Let's get a bold prediction.
We've
bold
got it on
prediction.
record. I'm taking Team Liquid.
Team Liquid. Okay. So you've got the 2-0 for the NA boys, and I am going to be siding with the Aussie, Norwegian, American mix. Okay, so they're over here towards platform. 3 players here with the bomb in tow. Az is already down in drop, and he's just sort of checking things out. Nifty in the meantime. How's he got onto there on Ramp? Naf has no idea, that's for sure. He's going to actually be able to find him, but in the meantime, everyone in this B bomb site has been toppled. It's a 2-on-2 though, and JKS and Jacob are both tagged within inches of their life.
I don't think they're aware Steel is going to be here. JKS has put himself in position, and Jacob has pushed all the way towards drop zone, so they'll have an indication pretty soon. Naf's going to come down drop. I don't know if he'll clear this quite yet. Steel, I couldn't find that frag. Looking the wrong way, and Naf just has to back away. The opportunity was there, low HP players, but those flanks from both players, from both Naf and Steel, just took too long to come to fruition. And the alarm bells started ringing for Renegades. Almost turned around for Liquid, but Renegades are going to go up 2-0. Good damage done. A lot of rebuys coming out for the T side. Much better way to start the map, though, than on Mirage.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is that kind of top 3 players for me on this map always used to be Naf, Nifty, and JKS on Renegades. So obviously now that Naf has gone to Liquid, they've kind of lost one of their big hitters on this map.
I mean, Naf was one of their big hitters on pretty much every map, wasn't he?
But I used to love watching the kind of duality between him and Nifty on this one the most, because they used to bring out a very, very nice double AWP on it. But don't have that anymore, of course. One thing the analyst spoke about was how proficient JDM was on this map, and I believe that Naf can fill the boots.
It's just it's the AWP presence that they might be missing. Nitro is definitely a serviceable AWPer. JDM though, he was very, very good in quick scoping situations and taking battles and forcing the fights. And this was a map specifically they talked about. You could see the different ways in which Liquid set him up to get kills, especially towards this B platform area. Good frag from Naf. He's going to drop down, try and get the AK-47, but he's surrounded 2 different directions, and he's got to fight as well. He's got teammates with him, not able to land the headshot, and all of a sudden they're starting to pressure this a lot. They're not actually going for the retake. Great kills from Justillo. That'll close things out. Triple kill for him at the end. Jumping through the window. But the rifles come out now for Team Liquid. The AWP on Nitro comes out. We'll see how Renegades can manage against the increase in arsenal.
Now we get the AWPs come out early on for Nitro. It's an attempt at a bonus round for Renegades as the MAC-10 stays up on Azure. Everyone else already had rifles anyway. Nitro going to be peeking it down through mid, rather. And Renegades setting up to try and take control of a drop down. Twist along with the Liege lies in wait.
I'll flash over in case anyone is in. They're going to split towards that A-bomb side, actually. They've got Liquid completely locked out. And actually, Steel and Nitro, they're out in the open. They've got to get into cover. They've got to get aggressive somewhere. I'm not even sure they're aware this is coming. Nitro at the wall. Steel boosted up. He's going to go down for free. They just now realize Nitro has the angle. 1 kill for him, but he's got to do so much more, and he's going to get spammed. Ustillo holding off the flank. Whittles the forces down to 2. That Molotov might seal it. I think Liquid's got to back away with these 2 guns, bring them into the next round. Smoke in the choke point as well, only 1 kit. And they're going to go back towards that B bomb site. Great hit from Renegades. Perhaps a misrotation from the 2 defenders and drop. They wanted to protect the B bomb site, but Renegades get them rotating the incorrect way.
Yeah, it's just like that. Renegades are off to a good start. A 4-0 lead early on and some money in the bank. Can't be too disappointed with it, as well as that Liquid's economy now in a very questionable position. They are going to be able to kind of partial buy down around these 2 rifles. But losing that first rifle round on the CT side is always pretty devastating. So in comes this partial buy. All in all, it's not that bad for Liquid. We know they're very proficient as well with these CZs. I mean, who is it?
Well, they almost turned it in the second round, so with the help of an AK and an M4, they might just be able to do it. Unfortunately, both of those rifles are towards the B bomb site at the moment, and it's A which is going to see all the pressure from Renegades. Still spots out Azza, but he's got no way to fall back. They're already up, and he gets caught. Rotation is on, but I don't think it's going to get here in time. There's Nitro out in the open. He falls very quickly as well, and again, the rifles might just think about falling away. Naf spamming through. He's desperate. He does find a kill. Twist is here as well, but they can't find anything else. Liege went off on a mission to kind of secure some path for retreat. It doesn't work. And I think Renegades are going to start hunting these weapons down. They want to take them away. They want to force the buys. Nifty with the AWP at this angle as well. Oh, he just looks away. And I think Naf might have spotted the gun barrel. Can't find the kill. 4 HP, but Nifty's out of the fight. He's going to slink off back towards T-spawn and just give it up. So the 2 weapons will be kept into the next round for Naf and Twist, which is about all Liquid could have hoped for.
Yeah, an early 5-round lead picked up now for Renegades. Survivors will be coming in for Liquid in the next round. They can facilitate an AWP buy, I believe. I think it's Naf who can drop that over, but I might be wrong. Either of them could. But Naf could do it and buy an accompanying belt of utility to go with it. But it looks like Nitro's just going to go ahead and buy it flat out. So it's a good buy on the board for Liquid, and a chance even to try and muster something together into the next if they could save a few weapons if they lose this round. But yeah, not planning on that. Nifty. Couple of nice hops to get him up over towards long, where Liege does lie in wait. Smoke goes down. Timing's everything. And actually, he's going to leg a Liege in through the smoke. That is a pretty devastating start for Liquid. He's already tagged low early on, down to 15 HP. And Liege, someone who kind of thrives in these more aggressive scenarios, now has to play a much more measured style, as he has been somewhat taken out of this round off the bat.
Still maintaining presence, though, from the B platform, and almost feigning the fact that there's a large defense here ready to fight. They only have 2, and as you said, Liege down to 15 health is not ideal. Twist has rotated back to watch drop. He was over at the A bomb site for much of this round. Just under a minute remaining. Renegades have yet to play their hand. It's going to be Steel and Nitro with his AWP, which hasn't really had a whole lot of impact. 1 kill, I believe, we saw in the 4th round. Here's mid-control taken. They're going to bypass this aggressive defense. Nifty now watching stairs, watching for someone to fall away, and Nitro's got an angle over towards A. Halls, and Alicia's going to get killed for free. Knife out. He thought they would already commit, and there's the first kill towards A. The bomb is picked up. It's going to actually rotate back towards B. They're falling all the way back, and Steel's too far away to really understand this, and Naf gets picked off. All of a sudden, 12 seconds left. I don't know if they can make it. This is going to be one hell of a run. They've got a sprint. Just barely 5-4. I don't think they can do it. The bomb's not going to be planted in time, or is it? It does actually go down right at the last moment, and all of a sudden a 3-on-2. They've lost players in the process. JKS completely blind, but so is Nitro. Good kill from Jacob, and now JKS swinging out. This is a battle the whole way through. Jacob's got to win these past 2. And there goes Steel. Twist with the response. Finally calms things down. All 5 players from Renegades out of the fight. Diffuse coming in. But that was costly for Liquid, and Renegades almost pull it off.
Yeah, very laudable effort there from Jacob and JKS in the 2-on-3. Jacob always pulls that back at the end. Buy could come in for Renegades, no problem. Nifty sitting on 12,000 before the buy. He does, of course, go for the AWP, so that's going to be a big blow to the economy, but regardless, they can buy into the next round. Liquid are not so lucky. They are on the edge of the reset. Only one man surviving in the form of Twists, and everyone else having a rebuy. Ustillo's got an aggressive. Alicia's here to answer back, but Ustillo is able to decapitate him at the first instance, and now Twist here to try and find their diamond in the rough, their way back in to this round, and nothing will present itself as of yet. Okay. Damaging through the smoke does see Jacob. Well, we're down to 15 HP, and Twist going to keep going forward. Will be punished for his aggression, and now Naf looks to step up to the mark. There is just an endless supply of Liquid players trickling into the crosshair of Renegades. Now, the one thing is, as he holds his position here in the cubby, will they expect a 3rd man on platform? Yes, they will. JKS finds it.
3 Liquid players dead, all in the same spot. They want to take those fights. They were loving that. So is Renegades, for that matter. 5-on-2. Nitro's got to do so much with the AWP. He's blind. He's got 2 different angles to worry about. He's managed the first well, but they're going to start wrapping around wide. There's another kill, and Steel holds him off in the flick. Actually, no, it's a double from Steel. It's just down to Nifty. A 2-on-5 at the B bomb site, and they're going to lose it. Renegades drop the ball somehow. Steel and Nitro are able to recover. Brilliant opening shots, brilliant opening salvo from Nitro. And Renegades have to be scratching their head. Everything went their way at the start, and they couldn't get any trades at the end.
Yeah, but once again, the money's kept very modest for them. This time, Renegade's going to go in with the early wall of smokes, just rushing into this B-bomb site. The Molotov's there. They do go running through it. And into the arms of Elise. She's able to go ahead and find one from the grave. Naf pulls back another. So it is just Jacob and Nifty left alive. And already this flank is in from Steel. He's well and truly up into the back line. Jacob spots out Nitro. Miss spray, but he's able to realign it. Steel on the flank to finish them both off. And that is going to be a 3rd round now for Liquid. Double AWPs brought into this one.
Both of them salvaged from the bodies of Renegades players, so... Actually, excuse me, one was Nitro's from the previous round. So yeah, they have a double AWP setup. They got 1 for free. Elige is calling it that it's an eco. Not entirely. A little bit of a half buy from some players on Renegades. CZ's purchased up. 2 flashbangs. As well, looks like it's going to be fast towards A, and Steel is here behind the smoke. Elige brought down low already. Liquid using a lot of utility early on. They might come to regret that, and Nifty's going to burn a little bit as that Molotov spreads. It surprises him. There's smoke being laid down and drop. Delay tactics for Team Liquid. That smoke will go down at about 1 minute and 5 seconds, so it looks like the hit will come shortly after that. Everyone lined up. Pop flash over the walls. Maybe Nifty try and throw somewhat of a fake. Steel's going to go hunt him down, and all it's left to do is to run into the arms of Twist with the AK, Elige with the SMG. Out towards long, Naf has to fall back with an AWP, a hard fight to manage, and he does get into cover. JKS still stuck and baits out a shot and actually takes Naf out. That's very good, and a follow-up and could get a third. Somehow JKS almost did that. It would have been a disaster, all things considered, for Team Liquid if 3 players fall there to 1 CZ. Plenty of money now on the Renegades side. They had built up so much during that 5-round winning streak. The half-buy allows them to have a very strong purchase coming in here, and Nifty can even pick up the AWP if he chooses to.
Yeah, he has gone for the AWP now. There is going to be one of these AWPs over here towards long along with Steel. And you might try peeking into this for some information along with that AWP. Jacob, in the meantime, trying to peek over the top of the smoke. Will he discover Elige, who is just off center? Steel, and the aggression over at long actually does pan out. They found Nifty. That's the AWP for Renegades down. Rotation comes in for Twist as they spot the bomb out. And Nitro going to get tagged up a little bit. Elige falls down a platform. Back to a 4-on-4, and actually Renegades doing damage across the board. I've pulled this back to a more manageable situation, but Steel now looks to try his hand once again at aggression into middle. Steel, not only a man known for his hyper-aggressive plays, is now going to go down at the hands of Jacob.
Just constant aggression from Liquid. Both sides of the map. Twist going to be able to handle Azza. Awkward moment for Azza to get in that fight. Nitro at 20 HP. The op shot does ring true through the wall. Low HP players, that HE grenade could do all the work if he's able to get into safety and actually throw it. Molotov forces him out. He spots the head of JKS and misses the shot. He can still go for more, and he's got Twist covering the cross. This is being well handled by Team Liquid as Twist finishes it off. 3 kills for him in the round, and Liquid tie things up. A 5-0 run of their own to equalize here into round 11. And immediately, purchases coming out for Renegades as the losing bonus is at its maximum. AWP in the hands of Nifty. AKs on Jacob, Azza, and JKS, and Stilo gets SMG duty. Double up setup is looking pretty good for Liquid.
Steel once again, aggression out through mid. They're not ready for this. Nifty's gone down. Manify is taken. Nitro's there to polish off one more. That's Ustilo. It's a fool. Azza's going to go in with a big double, though, and he will be tagged low. He keeps progressing forward. He's going to keep charging in. Twist's already crossing in to the site. The bombs are taking around to help out. Jacob lies in wait up in drop. It's Twists on the cannons, though. Looks to try and turn the tide once more in favor of Liquid. Jacob has been able to deal with Elige. It all falls onto Twist, and that first shot missed. Azza will be keen to capitalize on it, leaving it on Naf. 1v3 versus his ex-teammates. He's going to try and go for this initially. Roots in through the bottom of mid, but doesn't spot anything straight away, so that will be the call to save coming in, although maybe not. He's going to stick around a little bit longer.
I think he just wants to take weapons away. He knows this is a full investment for Renegades. They have some money built up. Obviously would like to keep the AWP, but even just grabbing one AK-47 at the end could force Renegades into a round where if they lose, they would have to full save. No one's retreating in this direction, though. Everyone towards that B bomb site. Jacobs cleared that out. What a weird round. Steel gets aggressive, finds an opening kill. Nitro peeks over the smoke with the AWP, finds another one. It's a 5-on-3. And it's a hard call for Nitro to make as he's retreating. Steel gets in a fight with Azza, who's jumped into the flame, so Nitro comes back to help out, which allows that double kill to happen. It's a really tough call to make the decision to just abandon your teammate there, but it obviously, with hindsight, would have been the beneficial one.
I do love to see this, though. The Mag 7 bought out by Steel. Big fan of that on this map. I think there's some of the most memorable shotgun plays have occurred here on Cobblestone. He's going to lie in wait along. JKS looks to come his way, and that Mag 7 is terrifying. The mighty roar comes on out from it, and JKS is going to go ahead and take one to the chest. As has been burnt down low, Twist. Going to be flashed back. I was going to say they have to find him, and they do, and now they're going to be afforded control here, but he's just quick to remedy. The pressure now falls onto Naf in towards Coop, and he's out with the first. That's the bomb dropped right at the feet of Elige. Couldn't have been worse. It all falls to Nifty. 1 versus 4. Missed shot out to Naf. So many angles to keep an eye on. Man in the back as well. Steel going to go ahead and put the knife in the back. That's him going down. And Liquid will be on to a 6th.
This is tough for Jacob. As soon as that, or JKS, excuse me, as soon as that shotgun rings out, I mean, he's kind of pinned against the wall. There's nowhere good to go. He knows he's being hunted. And again, the op does some work over towards that B bomb site. It's into a single op setup. Really nice defense. Another one of those plays down drop that could have been a split towards the A bomb site. They were prepared for it and also adjusted well when they realized it was coming B. Molotov in towards drop. Jacob's going to go through it, taking damage. Twist looking into the wall. Realizes it from the footsteps. It's supposed to be a fast play towards the B bomb site, but I think the rest of Renegades got stopped in their tracks. Elige, a nade and an AK kill, and JKS the only one left already. He's getting flanked out, but he's going to eat a nade. Barely any damage delivered, only 16 onto Elige. And Liquid taking advantage, 7-6.
And let's not forget, I mean, this was a 5-0 start for Renegades initially. Now it's been pulled back, and Renegades have won 7 out of the last 8 rounds. So they have looked very, very good in these rifle rounds. The second they got money behind them, everything has been coming up Liquid. Now Steel once again. Going a bit aggressive down in towards middle. He's just going to look away. Timing's everything, and that Incendiary has bought him precious time. Most importantly as well, it buys Nitro time, and actually, more than that, it's netted them an early kill. Nitro's going to be able to get 1. As has answered back as best he can, but the rotation's already in, and Liquid, they've got 3 bodies inside this A-bomb site. That's enough to send Renegades packing.
Great job by Twist as well. Not easy to manage being in the open in that fashion and dodge all those flashbangs, and still able to add that second kill onto the end down at the base of mid. Really good stuff. Nifty and Jacob left to recover in a 2-on-4. Pretty much just have to stay grouped. Naf is going to have an early warning system if they come towards long. And Twist should be able to hear the footsteps, and he will be able to hear the footsteps if they drop. And here it is. Just lying in wait, the snake in the grass, and it gets taken care of. Nitro there with the AWP, picks Jacob out of the sky. Renegades is diminished to just 1. Nifty, 30 seconds left, 1-on-3, doesn't have the bomb. Good headshot onto Naf, though. That actually opens up the B bomb site. I don't think he's aware of that fact. He's hoping someone's going to make the mistake of pushing in, and actually they might just oblige him. Nitro and Elige, they could double up. There's the spam, and he does get the kill. The timing could have been more fortunate for Nifty, and we might have seen a different outcome. This is great. Nitro with the opening pick. Twist finds 1, and then dodging these flashes like this repeatedly, just making sure you don't get blind and then being able to recover so quickly. Impressive stuff from a young player who's shouldn't be surprising that he continues to impress us. That was an awkward way of phrasing it. A young player who's been very impressive in his very short career. A little bit better.
There we go, yeah. No, really nailing that down. It's like when you have a word limit on like a word go. Oh, now I'm messing up.
You mean on like Twitter, when you have like a character limit?
No, I don't know what I really meant.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going with that one, Jason. But you know, life is a journey, and sometimes it's not about where you're going; it's how you get there. And so, how's JKS gonna try and get into mid? That's the real question we're all asking. He's gonna be here along with Nifty. And Nifty's having a bit of a troubled game, and things are about to be made that much worse for him, and Steel peeks out. Dispatches of him. Jacob's been able to reclaim some ground elsewhere, but Nitro, look at this. They're not that worried. They've got aggressive out through long, and this nets them a lot of information as well. Elige going to be forced back, kind of actually saved by the RNG of the CZ there.
Ooh.
He's going to go back for a little bit more. He's not done just yet. JKS and Az are left alive, and JKS, they know exactly where he is. They have his name and his number, and also his address. And there you go. He goes down as well. Az is left 1v4.
Seems like they know he's down drop as well. Steel cautiously turning the corner, gets a little bit of damage, but the bomb site is open. 1 versus 3. Ozzy doesn't want to commit, doesn't want to plant just yet, hoping someone from Liquid is going to expose themselves, and Twist didn't exactly do that, but he does go down. Ozzy now 1 versus 2, and he's looking over towards these halls and Nitro with the peak. 9-6. Team Liquid down 5-0 at one point. Go on a 9-1 run to close this half. That is a brilliant recovery. And I don't know if it started with it, but certainly early on in that comeback was that 2 versus 5 round at the B bomb site. It was Steel and I believe Nitro who were able to convert a 2 versus 5 to get Liquid on the winning ways. Yeah, this one right here. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Liquid.
Yeah, that was the round that started it all. And since then, they've looked fantastic. It's Twist once again top of the board for Team Liquid. 113 ADR. Then you kind of look over at Renegades. They had JKS and Nifty pinned as 2 players, had to step up here. JKS is doing due diligence to that fact, but Nifty is not. He's having a bit of a hard time of things thus far. I'm hoping we can see him recover here on the CT side. They've gone for armor across the board. No kits. They cannot afford to let this bomb go down. That's a good start from Nifty, along with JKS. They've gone for aggression, and it's panned out for them. You just have to duck out of there now with a 2-man advantage.
This is huge. That's exactly what you want out of those USPs. And then you just turtle up into the bomb site. Don't play forward. Play far back. Make them run the entire distance of the map to come at you. Maximize the effectiveness of those USPs. Nitro sees Jacob before the peak. Small duel here, no one landing their shots, and Nitro doesn't necessarily want to take that fight, but he kind of has to because of the man-down situation, and Jacob just swings out as soon as that smoke comes in. He's going to stay and fight around the side of it as well. New angle, new kill. Naf the only one left, and Jacob still surviving. These Glocks just not doing anything, and now Ustilo adds onto it. Headshot for him. Great round for Renegades. That's both pistols in this map have been won by the Renegades.
Yeah, this is a good chance though now to try and spring back a bit. They've gone for 2 SMGs, 3 Famases, and Liquid they've force-bought down into this round. Liquid stacking up outside of B early on. Steel's now looking to try and peek on through. Naf lining up a couple of smokes. No, sorry, just a flash. They have got 1 smoke on Nitro, rather, to try and get them into this site. This is crossfire between Ustilo and Jacob that could cause some problems. Ustilo up on the platform. And that could make or break this defense for Renegades.
I think they just have way too many players here in this bomb site. Without some kind of a crazy, crazy kill, Liquid's going to be in trouble. Utilities out, Famas at range, 1 player. There's all 3 players waiting at B platform, and there's nothing Liquid can do here. Now Elige chimes in, but they're all so low. Surely now it should just be a matter of mopping up, but Elige with a triple. Can he get more? He does dink down 1 player into a 1-on-1, but Twist has everything to do with 18 HP. Gonna swing out at the rock and almost is able to recover. JKS cleans it up, but 4 kills in the second round is very nice, all things considered, for Team Liquid. And they almost converted the second round in the first half as well, so very dangerous with those CZs. Great round from Elige.
And I was going to say, they might debate going for it, Jason, and they have. It's another force buy-in from Liquid. They're really trying to bring the heat. They know they've done a lot of economic damage in the previous round. They want to try and win it out. They came so close there. They're going to try and do it now. JKS, he's going to fall straight away over here in mid. That is a disaster for Renegades. Az has come rotating on in, but he only gets 1 before Elige is here to trade. Now all the pressure's on Nifty. And he does not last long. Ustilo and Jacob, 2 versus 4. Liquid, they might do it the second time around. Ustilo has been able to go ahead and leave the bomb out in the open.
Liquid needs to make a decision, though. They've had 2 players fall down to the base of ramp. And they're actually pretty fortunate that Twist could get into the bomb site. Ustillo had kind of given up the angle, was playing it much more conservative. They're going to go for this. No kit. There is a Molotov and 2 smokes. Naf with 2 HP is just far away, staying out of the fight. Effectively a 2-on-2 at the moment. Molotov into the site, and Steel's going to make his play now. Naf trying to peek something, and now Steel crawling through the hole. He's going to get a good flank on him. Ustillo's going to go down for free. The follow-up as well. Massive damage done, and that's the round. Beautiful play from Steel. Well done in a round where Naf was out of the fight with low HP, and I think JKS got caught thinking this would be a full save. Unfortunately, he was facing fully armored, fully equipped opponents, and some great kills initially at long range with the CZ and the UMP from Elige. So 10-8, Team Liquid looking to extend their lead even further. It should be a matter of mopping up unarmored USPs. Sometimes more difficult than it seems. And Nitro aggressive and actually almost gets caught. Nade in his hand. Nade gonna go out towards JKS. They're gonna clear that. Good spin from Nitro. The AK-47 as well. Elige finds a frag, and yeah, it's all over from here. Ustillo's on the ramp. Haza in the bomb site, but it's a 2-on-5, and I don't think they can handle this one. No rifles. They can't repeat the same feat of Team Liquid. I think there's going to be one more round with pistols for Renegades before they can get into the action.
Yeah, I mean, that's devastating if you're Renegades. It's not what you want whatsoever. They will be buying up pistols into this round. That's really all they have to work with. 1 flash as well. Maybe going to try their hand at some aggression over here in B. They send all 5 players here early on. Right now there's Twists and Naf at the platform. They've started to wall Son in. He's still in his hidey hole, still yet to emerge, and he's going to wait for the bait to come on through from the rest of the teammates inside of the site. Question is, though, how much further do they progress? Are we going to see Legion Nitro discover, say, bomb site being empty, or are they going to go for this? They haven't checked the hidey hole. Ustillo raising a few shots. That's given him away, and that's the round to go the way of Liquid. 12-8, but now the buy comes in at 4 Renegades. And as a result of saving 2 rounds in a row, there is plenty of money for them to invest.
The unfortunate part is they don't, at this stage, yeah, they did double save, and they have all the money and all the utility they could possibly want, but with Liquid already at 12, you don't have a whole lot of mistakes to give up, a lot of opportunities to get into this game. It has to start right now, or else Liquid, if they go up to 13 and then you maybe have a half buy going on, or you have some kind of a scrap together buy with some SMGs and light utility, all of a sudden Liquid's going to run away with the second map as well. Very, very important round if Renegades want to stay in this. Aggression on the B platform, and he still is not ready for Twist, and there goes Jacob. A disaster at the B bomb site. Liquid's not prepared for that much success. The bomb is still dropped far away, so 2 players going to kind of come in for a recon mission, figure out what they see. And Nitro waiting patiently outside of mid, going to add 1 more onto it. Nifty, he's cutting off the retreat, so Renegades, they've got to be sweating as they try and figure out what to do. JKS and Azza have to survive for so long. Bomb going to be planted, and already Liquid streaming across the map. They have so much money. This hunt doesn't matter. And there's the kill. Nitro knows the other one is boosted as well, and jumping down the no-scope right into the barrel. Nitro impales Azza, and that's 13-8. No one falling for Liquid, so the money is just unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, they get like they get a partial buy, and that will be it. The loss bonus built up. Really don't have much to work with. Nifty not buying anything, wants to go for the AWP. Nitro going to be holding mid. And that basically shuts down any hope of aggression from Nifty. Jacob up close to the CZ. That's tagged down Elige. More damage being done. The nade from JKS finds 1, but very quickly these frags are traded out. And now it's all on the middleman, Nifty, with a USP. Might be able to find Twist. That's kind of the one thing they could maybe look for, but even then, that is really clutching at straws.
Yeah,
any
that's
economic
a good way to
damage
put
isn't
it.
really worth much either.
No, it's not anymore at this point. Liquid just has so much cash built up. Even Nitro in the Rapunzel tower, letting his hair down. Well, Naf gonna find some action, clearing his corner, spots out Nifty. 14-8. Said there wasn't a whole lot of mistakes to give for Renegades. They've got one more before Liquid is on map point. Renegades need another massive comeback. They made it happen on Mirage. They couldn't complete it, but they did start to make Liquid feel nervous.
Yeah, the one issue for them is that Naf buying into this round at 16k.
Yeah.
He's now down to 15,000. You know, a few other players floating around 13. There's really no break in the Liquid economy, so they need to have big plays, and that is not the start you want. It is a slaughter in mid, and just like that, A ramp going to be overrun with Liquid players. Elige getting so giddy as to throw the gun away.
It's deja vu just to the other side of the map is, you know, one up kill from Nitro, one spam as well. Remember the previous round was both players, both defenders of the B-bomb site going down in the first 30 seconds. This time it's over at A, and that's all she wrote. Remember, Renegades, they invested everything into this round and got nothing from it, just one kill onto Elige. So Liquid with their fast tactics on Cbble making things look easy. Renegades gonna have to start their comeback. They're gonna have to start what needs to be a 7-round run, and they're going to have to do it with UMPs, FAMAS, some pistols perhaps. Even Ustillo getting pop flash completely blinded. Oh, it does kill 2.
And that would have been the one rifle they could have held forward. Yeah, they can maybe buy actually a couple more up. You have 2 FAMASes, Ustillo can go for an M4. It's going to be FAMASes, a family of FAMASes, as they buy 4 of those up. Scout for Nifty, Team Liquid, they're looking good. In particular, one man, once again, it's Twist. He seems to be a constant talking point for us. He has been so impressive in all of these games for Liquid. Over here on ramp, look at this, a fleet of crab walking Liquid players sneak on out. No one's quite ready for this. Their claws, their maws, all ajar. Still is able to get himself one. Twist instantly able to trade, and suddenly things heat up here for Renegades. They come pushing into the path of Jacob. They haven't checked it, and he could do so much damage. Jacob does take one, but that's it for him. Nitro, now tasked with trying to trade this one out, will actually fall at the hands of Jacob, leaving all the pressure onto Steel.
There's no pressure in this scenario, up 15-8, so Steel's going to be feeling just fine. Looks like he wants to flank this B bomb site, potentially pick one off, and fall back to A, hoping for a straggler to wander through, so playing it patiently. If no one comes, you imagine he's just going to run back into that A bomb site, get the plant, and play the 1v2 in a pretty standard manner. 25 seconds left. Jacob and Nifty still over at this B bomb site. To close out the map, a 1 versus 2 for Steel. Now it begins. Taking position over towards long A. He can have an off angle to pick one off as they go into the bomb site, and then use the bomb as a teammate at that point. He's deep towards top danger stairs at the moment, though, and Steel has no idea this is coming in. Think they're going to flake out, and I think he's going to miss his timing with this kind of a peek. Needs to find one quick. Nifty going to push on his position. He might have seen the jump. He does now. There's the kill, but a good trade from Jacob. He's going to keep Renegades alive. Again, a victory with only 4 players surviving is not ideal. But that's the first win since the 2nd round of this half for Renegades.
And it was on Mirage. We saw them get a kind of a 3-round stint before they were stopped dead in their tracks, and Liquid were able to win it out. That largely came down to economy, though, and this time they have no such favor going their way. Liquid have everything they could possibly need into this round. Nitro has the AWP. For Renegades, it's an even, in some ways, perhaps an even more shoddy buy than the previous, but an early flash out for Jacob gives him an opportunity. Twists being dispatched of early on. And that sent Liquid back from B for the time being.
Yeah, Jacob getting rowdy, getting aggressive early on. Here's a boost up, Aza. It's going to be weird when this smoke fades. Does Steel notice it? Yes, he does. Waits patiently for it, goes for the follow-up and finds Ustillo as well. Double kill for him and just fades away. Mission accomplished. A 4-on-3 with over a minute remaining. 2 defenders at the B-bomb site still. Nifty far away at the A site. He's got the only kit. Here comes the execute. Smokes everywhere. Flashbangs over the mall. Molotov out of the stairs is going to force Jacob out. He wants to stick around for the fight. He's completely blind. He only gets 1. He's going to be traded. Actually, he gets 2. A stray bullet right at the end, but that wall of smokes is going to allow Nitro to cross in, and it's Nifty in a 1-on-2 to keep Renegades alive. Tall task. AWP in this site. Nifty does have a kit and a Molotov, but there's an awkward crack in the smoke, and Nitro's going to use it to land a headshot and take the victory. 2-0 for Team Liquid. I'd say I told you so, but I think we all knew it was coming. Nice games from Liquid. I think they're going to be happy to get away with 2 map wins. Not going to say Elish had a pair of bad games, but quiet games for a player of his stature.
Yeah, I mean, Renegades not quite looking up to it there on Cbble, but I'm sure these 3 fine gentlemen can explain more of that to us than I ever could.
I don't know. Possibly. We'll see.
It was very, very kind, Harold. Thank you very much.
I'm a nicer thrower than Jason, as you know.
Paychecks on the line, boys.
Nicer thrower, probably a better catcher. All right, let's go ahead and move along now and talk a little bit about Cobblestone, because obviously the Renegades almost had what it takes to have grabbed the map, but that's just not what happened, boys.
Yeah, no, it started off really well, though. Obviously, we saw basically them getting off to a dream start in that scenario, being up 5-1. And at that point, they were in a 5v2 situation on the B-bomb site. I think it was Nitro, who was the sole player on B, actually, at that point with an op. Should be pretty manageable for Renegades, but they kind of get stuck in something we see all the time way too often, regardless of how good of a team they are. They get bogged down on top of the plateau. They don't actually get control over the B-bomb site. Nitro is able to pick people off over and over again, and as a result of that, yeah, well, as I was saying, simply the stake in a case of Renegades kind of losing the grip of the game after being up 5-1, getting reset on their economy eventually in a situation where they actually had the potential to get Liquid on the back foot. 1-1 round, reset the CT side, just be completely out of grenades for the better part of the entire half.
Was it, I believe it was the laryngitis that kind of had you, you were without a voice there for a second, and ultimately it happens. It's that time of year, it's cold outside, it's a little wet outside, so please excuse my friend Halvor, he lost his voice there very shortly. But moving forward, I think you're right. I mean, it's something where the ball got rolling and eventually Liquid just kind of shone through. They were the kind of bigger dogs on the block, so to say.
I mean, we talked about it in the pregame, and I think Renegades did everything correct in the first 6 rounds, basically, was they picked up the pace. They started on the T side and were able to set the pace, set it high, set it slow, some quick rounds, some slow rounds, and they pretty much showed it all, in the first 6 rounds. And then they, as you said, they were just hesitating in that 5 vs 2 round where Nitro got 2 fine kills, Steel coming being the backup, and Liquid just showed from that point that they're the better team, they're the better individuals, and they're better composed as a team, and Renegades never really got to fight back. One thing we were missing from Renegades throughout this entire game was Nifty. He ended up with 5 frags, and I think he had 38 ADR, something like that. Ridiculously low for a guy of that caliber. So they were playing 4 vs 5 initially, and when you go up against a team where Nitro and Steel are supposed to be the worst players on the team, then there's not much to do. Now, Moses said that Elish may have a quiet game. That's true, but he ended up at 11 assists and 95 ADR, which is pretty much way above, average, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's just an Elish performance, Maybe not flashy as we see him, and that's maybe another conversation for another time, whereas it's Twist these days, He ended up on 31 frags, if I'm not mistaken, and 115 ADR, which is absolutely insane for a kid being 17 years old, Still relatively new to the scene, but he just keeps showing and showing and showing again how good he actually is. Now combine him with Nefly and have Elish, who is supposed to be the best NA player in NA, obviously, right? So where does this team Liquid stop? There's endless potential as I see it right now.
I mean, this matchup had implications just of that. I mean, because we talked about Renegades having just a little bit more. They're on the upswing. Liquid's also on the upswing. But when you look at this and you say, okay, well, Liquid actually are just a cut above.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a reason why we saw, if you go back to Katowice, right, you talked about how both teams went out of that tournament with their heads held high, but Liquid went out in the semifinals, and obviously Renegades didn't make it that far, and that's kind of the gap you see here as well. Liquid obviously also, at the start of the season, great. Obviously, the SK game was forfeit wins, but they took down Cloud9, again, one of their biggest rivals in the entire region. So just everything, yeah, it goes to show that they are a step above, but both teams are still progressing towards getting better. So it's just a kind of different plateau they're trying to reach. Yeah, Renegades are trying to get to Liquid's level, and Liquid are trying to get to, the phase kind of level.
And I wouldn't necessarily use the word plateau. I think maybe the ceiling.
Yeah,
probably is a little more fitting, so to say, because plateau just sounds like you lost all that you had going for you. Well, yes, that does it for our Liquid Renegades matchup. Liquid going 2-0 in the evening, a pretty good showing on their behalf, and it's kind of what we expected regardless. We're going to be going to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be jumping into just a little bit of Ghost and Optic. So that's not one that you want to miss. I guarantee that this Dane has something to say about the other Danes. So we'll be right back.